had a light on my face in the last video just because I just think I look better with like my face being evenly lit, but it's so hard on my eyes. It's so painful. But hello and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to more Black Ops 6 multiplayer. So I haven't played Black Ops 6 multiplayer in like 5 months or whatever it's been since I got Dark Matter and subsequently went to go get Nebula and zombies. So yeah, it's been a very long time. I've been playing a few games, you know, beforehand just to sort of warm up because I haven't played multiplayer in a very long time. But yeah, I figured I would just make a more chill video today. I'm running around yapping about random shit while playing some multiplayer. The challenges for this event that they have out right now are so ass in multiplayer. You need to play 25 games of this COD Tunes Mosh Pit mode where they have this really bad filter to give the maps a cell shaded look. It's so bad looking. I was actually curious to try out this Party Ops mode, but I tried to look for a game earlier and there was nobody playing it. So Chaos Nuketown is pretty fun. It's 10v10 on Nuketown, so you know that's about what you would expect it to be. But yeah, there's a lot of maps that have come out since I stopped playing multiplayer that, you know, all that time ago that I haven't had a chance to play. So hopefully we get something. If I get Stakeout, I'm gonna jump out of my window. If you're new here and you do enjoy this video, then consider hitting the subscribe button and liking the video. It helps out a lot. I've been looking at like a bunch of different websites for like pre-built PCs, and you know, obviously like if you want something like super high end like I would want, it's gonna cost a minimum like $4 grand, which is like insane. Although you see individual prices for individual GPUs and you're like Hideout. I remember this map coming out. That's like, this is right around when I stopped playing multiplayer. But anyways, I've been looking at some stuff. You know, obviously I don't have like the funds to do a full PC upgrade. You know, I have like weird performance issues with my computer, and I think it's like about time, you know, if I had the disposable income, that I would need to upgrade my computer. But yeah, as it currently stands, I do not have the funds to do so. But holy grenades. Holy grenades. Ooh. Wow. This thing is literally the 725 from Modern Warfare. It's kind of crazy. Ooh, and this Essex is basically the MK2 carbine from Modern Warfare as well. It's kind of funny, although I think it actually is like worse. I remember the MK2 carbine being like really good in Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3. Why do I always get into games where there's always an enemy chopper gunner in the sky? I gotta come over here and switch to this and mag dump this helicopter. This reticle is not good for visibility, but it looks cool, so I'm gonna keep it on. Also, look at my beautiful Nebula LMG that I worked so hard for. Yeah, the camos in this game do look really good. But yeah, I'm just running around with the S6. I guess I'm going for Dark Matter for it because I really just like, I finished Nebula and the last thing I want to do is grind another zombies mastery camo, even for a singular gun. So yeah, this is just something I'll be passively doing in like the background. I'm not gonna like super try hard for any more mastery camos. And holy fucking World at War veteran campaign. But yeah, they had a little I guess ending cinematic, a quote unquote cinematic like trailer for the ending of this season, and I guess teasing the beginning of the next one. And the biggest thing I guess really is that they're teasing a new LMG. It was there like in the video, just like sitting on a chair or whatever it is, and I don't know if it's the M249 or the MK48. I don't remember what the MK48 actually is. I think it's from Black Ops 2. I don't remember much of the guns from Black Ops 2, or at least the LMGs for that matter. I remember the hammer and that's it. What? I mean, I know I was hip firing and I was kind of far away from him, but come on. This is a special weapon. But yeah, if it is the Black Ops 2 LMG, then that would actually be kind of fitting considering, you know, the next game is going to be, you know, Black Ops 2 sequel and everything. It would make sense to sort of feed into that. Although if it's the M249, then hey, I mean, that's cool. It's an iconic LMG, whatever. But I'll be curious to see what else they reveal in terms of like content for season 5. Oh, you can't jump up here. Eat shit, nerd. Of course they have EOD. Okay. Ooh, I don't know why. I'm like, I've always mentioned in videos that I'm like not a huge like stickler for like the whole realism or like milsim style, and like I don't really care for goofy skins, but I don't know why. Something about the Beavis and Butthead and the American Dad skins, like they really like look so out of place, even more than normal. It like genuinely annoys me seeing those skins, which is crazy because again, I usually don't care one way or the other. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, look at that. Got 75 headshots. But yeah, we should be getting season 5 reveals and everything relatively soon because the season ends in like 18, 17 days, and that is literally just a random grenade. Okay, the grenades are so strong in this game. It's always such a terrible feeling in Hardpoint when you finally push onto the zone and then it's like there's only 2 more seconds left or whatever it is for you to actually gain score on it, and then it just moves. Call of Duty, never change. Please change, Call of Duty, please change. We're all asking you to change. But yeah, in terms of, holy shit, in terms of other FPS news, Battlefield 6 is going to have its huge reveal, I guess, or its reveal in general, tomorrow. I think it's July 24th. I'm sorry, the day after tomorrow, unless I didn't read the time correctly, but I'm pretty sure it's on the 24th. I literally can't see anything. They're just throwing smoke grenades, which, I mean, yeah, no shit, we're playing Hardpoint, but still, holy fuck. But yeah, it would be really interesting to see. Like, obviously, there's been like playtest footage that has come out for that people have sort of have an idea of what the game is like, but obviously it's not in a polished state like whatsoever. So I'll be curious to see what like a polished sort of, I guess, a vertical slice of what that game looks like. Because yeah, Battlefield has not been in a great place. Obviously 2042 came out and it was a fucking disaster, although what Battlefield launched really isn't. But this was worse, even more so than like Battlefield 4. Okay. They're just laying on the floor in smoke waiting for people to run by them. Like, what are we doing? I mean, I guess they're winning, so who fucking cares? Still, holy shit. I remember playing Battlefield 4 when it came out. I had it on Xbox One, and obviously the game was broken as shit for the longest time, you know, it very infamously, but like that was before the era where I had actually decent internet to play games online. So I mean, like, I would play the game and yeah, shit would be like broken and whatever, but like it wasn't so obvious to the point that it like detracted from my experience because my internet was so dog shit anyways that I barely played the game anyways. But yeah, I'm excited to see what Battlefield 6 is going to be like. Obviously it's a more grounded modern military setting. This is sort of like what happened with Call of Duty, going from like Black Ops to the modern warfare 2019 era and forward, where the game series had strayed so far from what it was like known for and what people liked it for that they eventually rebooted the series into something akin more to what, you know, it was like originally. I say originally, I mean more like the era of games that people most remembered it for, like Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4. I'm also curious if they're gonna do a BR mode, because like obviously that was also a huge thing that, you know, the Modern Warfare 2019 era introduced. I know they did try to do something like that with Firestorm in Battlefield 5, but that was not a thing that anybody played. And then 2042 had this like weird extraction mode thing that was not good at all from what I remember people saying. But yeah, I don't remember where I saw this, but I read this thing recently. It could be total bullshit because I just read it on Twitter, so take this with a grain of salt. But I remember seeing that they were apparently going to test having weapons be locked, you know, between each class. So I guess that's implying that the game is going to be like 2042 where you can just equip anything, and maybe there'll be bonuses where if you equip a weapon that a certain class usually would use, you get like bonuses and whatever. But yeah, if that thing that I read is true, then that's what that's implying to me, is that you can equip everything, but they're going to test, you know, weapons locked to classes, which I mean, I don't care one way or another. I do like the idea of just being able to use whatever you want. I love the ragdolls in this game. Yeah, I just hope Battlefield 6, when it does eventually come out, or when they have betas and whatever, that the game is good. You know, it seems like they're finally, you know, after how rough Battlefield 5 was and how the just disaster that 2042 was, even now that the game is in a much better state, it's still not really a Battlefield game. It's like classes are more of an afterthought and there's not tons of destruction, which if you told me like 10 years ago that a Battlefield game would not heavily feature destruction as a core part of its like gameplay and map design, I would throw you in a wood chipper. But lo and behold, 2042 came out and, you know, there we are. But I love you, Olympia. Oh my god, I'm goated with the sauce. Oh my god, I literally couldn't look up. I was like a pig who's physically incapable of looking up. You know, obviously with Battlefield being a modern FPS game with maybe a free-to-play battle royale accompanying it, we'll have to wait and see about that. But I got a hit marker. I'm so sad. But I'm curious to see how they're gonna handle the like cosmetics in the game, because one, if they are returning to the classic class system, like, you know, everybody is assuming that they're going to, you know, how are they going to have skins? Are they just going to have skins for the generic classes? Because I'm totally fine with that. Obviously, if you can choose whether you want to be like a male or female soldier, for whatever class. You know, they can make skins for each one respectively. Yeah, I'm curious how ridiculous they're going to get if they do have skins, which I say if, they're totally going to, but maybe not at launch, but I feel like eventually they will. Oh my god, oh, because I've thought about it more. Like I literally said earlier in the video, I'm like not a huge stickler about like, you know, super ridiculous skins or like realism in terms of the aesthetic or whatever. Obviously, I think the games are like more aesthetically appealing if they have like more grounded skins, but even like the skin, like the Black Cell skins for season, was it season 1? Like the ones where you're like on fire and you're embered. I'll show you later in the video, but like I feel like that's as far as I would want them to push like the super over the topness of like character skins. Like obviously I think it's cool for like character designers and artists to like flex their creativity, you know, and make crazy cool skins for the characters in whatever game that they're making, but like I feel like there should be an effort to at least sort of meld it with the aesthetic of the game, whether it's like a modern shooter or like futuristic or what have you. And I always felt like the way that Kojima games handle like the military aesthetic, whether it be like Metal Gear or like even Death Stranding, a lot of the character designs in that are like obviously grounded in like sort of military styles of like equipment and uniforms and everything, but it's obviously like fantastical. Maybe fantastical is not the right word. I mean, in the sense that it's like obviously not realistic, with, you know, people wearing like melting gold skull masks and, you know, all that. Yeah, some of the designs in Death Stranding go so hard, it's crazy. It's a game I need to play. The first game was on PC, and I'm assuming at some point the second game will also be on PC, but at the very least, I need to give that first game a shot because, like, I know that game is, like, colloquially known as, like, a walking sim, which a part of that is, like, the appeal because it's just, like, satisfying and relaxing to, like, deliver shit, but there is, like, combat and shit in that game, and I heard that the second game is, like, even better when it comes to that. I don't know how you let me do that to you. Of course, when I pull out the other gun that actually requires me to aim, I instantly die. But yeah, I'm just more so interested to see what the game even like looks like. Obviously, I'm assuming when they do reveal it, we're gonna get like a super scripted vertical slice of what the game actually is going to play like and whatever. Does EA do the goofy shit where they do like fake gamer comms in their trailers? I don't actually know. But yeah, that should be happening on the 24th. And really quick, I don't know who watching this video actually cares about this. I kind of care about it because I'm like into fighting games. But 2XKO, which is the League of Legends fighting game, recently announced that they're going to be entering closed beta. And, you know, they've had like alpha tests and things in the past, relatively recently. But yeah, they announced that this beta is going to remain up until the full release of the actual game. So, you know, this has been this whole thing, if you don't know, how 2XKO has been in development for like ever at this point. And, you know, with the alpha tests that came out, people were like really excited to play the game, and you know, the consensus from those tests being like, yeah, there's still some stuff that needs to be worked on, but like this game has been in development for so long, and the biggest draw of the game is that it is free to play, you know, like League of Legends and all that. So like the longer that they take to actually release the game, sort of like the XDefiant situation, the less and less interest there's going to be when it eventually does drop fully. It's a Riot game, so I'm sure there would be interest in it regardless of when it comes out, but you know, that's just like an example. But yeah, that beta is going to come out on, I believe they said September 9th, so I did sign up for the alpha lab that happened however long ago it's been, and I didn't really play it. I like messed around and hit some buttons in it, but I didn't actually even jump into an online match or anything, which is kind of depressing to think about. But yeah, if you're into fighting games, that will be something cool to check out when it comes out in September. I'm like totally ass at fighting games. I'm pretty sure I have like, I could probably count on one hand the amount of fighting game videos I have on my channel, not counting like streams, because I did play Street Fighter 6. I played like the story mode, and I played some online matches on stream, but I'm not gonna count those as videos because they're not videos. But yeah, I've always had like a passive interest in fighting games, especially like watching them and watch people talk about them and everything. And watching people who are actually good at them play them is very entertaining. But this game is so chaotic and fast. You know, I've been watching Jev, you know, play some of the older Call of Duties, and watching him play Modern Warfare 2019 and seeing how slow that game is just, I get like whiplash, you know, looking from one monitor to the other and being like, this is technically the same game series, but these games play so drastically different, mostly due to the visceral fan feedback about how certain games played and what people wanted. It's kind of funny. But yeah, before I go, I just want to, you know, to sort of clarify my point about like skins and whatever. Like I said, the occasional like super over the top skin is like I'm okay with it, but there are points where it's like stuff like this, like the super like literally cartoon characters who have chins the size of their torso. You know, I feel like this is like where I sort of draw the line. Whereas even skins like this, I believe this is from the Black Cell from the first season, and also skins like this for Sev and where is she? Where's she at? And you know, skins like this for Bailey. You know, I feel like this is like the furthest I would want, like quote unquote, in terms of the art style, like a realistic military shooter. Like this is how far I would want them to push the art style for like character skins, because I think these generally look super cool. But I think I've come to learn that yeah, stuff like this is sort of like my point of like, okay, this is too much even for me, because like what are we even doing here actually at this point? So yeah, if BO7 does have carry forward like people are assuming, that's gonna be super jarring seeing people running around with those fucking skins at the launch of a new game. But yeah, I think I also saw something where I think the maps might also carry forward into BO7, which if that's true, that would be really cool, because there's probably a ton of maps in here that are actually really good, you know, especially a lot of the smaller maps that they've been putting in here. You know, it'll be nice for the next game to not have more than like 3 maps that are small enough to camo grind on efficiently. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for me for today. I just wanted to come here and yap a little bit, sort of decompress after finally finishing the Nebula grind in the last video, which if you haven't seen, not only do I unlock Nebula in that video, I also complete the Terminus Easter egg solo for the first time. So if that's something you're interested in, go check that out. But yeah, if you did enjoy this video and you want to help support the channel, then leaving a like and subscribing would be very much appreciated. I'm gonna go edit this and run around like a chicken with my head cut off in multiplayer again after not doing it for 5 months. So anyways, later.